about it, we're also going to be seeing the Breakdancers, a new pair of competitors coming to the Florida area. And as we said, of course, we had a situation where the Lords of the Ring match was held, a beautiful $15,000 diamond and gold match ring. First of all, we're going to take a look at the introduction of one of the principal contestants in that match, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. The other introductions had been made, and of course there was the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, going after the Lords of the Ring. And I might just point out, it was indeed Dusty Rhodes who emerged from that match victorious, and he is proudly wearing that $15,000 gold ring. Of course, he also has a gold and diamond, I might add. He also picked up the $100,000. And there you saw Dusty Rhodes winning the Lords of the Ring, the Champion of Champions ring. A heavy and a happy moment for the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. Well, we've got a match in the ring right now. Let's go to it. Golden Boy Gray going up against Scott McGee, the very competitor that Coach John Heath was talking about, his return to the state of Florida. That'll be Scott McGee in the far corner, removing his jacket now at about 230 pounds. Originally from Scotland, black trunks, going up against Golden Boy Gray, also in black trunks. One fall, 10-minute time limit.
Well, we ought to see some classical moves here, Gordon, because we're looking at a fella who was at one time, 2 times, a national champion of the Great Britain. And a beautiful double sweep by Scott. Picked him up, and he avoided what we'd call a kickover by Gray. So agile, always thinking ahead. And I would venture to say he's thinking 2 or 3 moves ahead of Gray right now. You know, at one time, he was our Florida heavyweight wrestling champion. He left this area, and then he went on and won the Pacific Coast Tag Team Championship. And he's come back, and he looks stronger probably and better than ever as far as conditioning is concerned, Gordon.
He certainly does look to be in tremendous shape, and it's nice to see Scott back. He's an extremely personable young man. I can remember he was telling me when he first began to wrestle in the amateur ranks, in the places where they wrestled, they didn't have showers. And he used to literally have to pour water, cold water, into a bucket after he had wrestled in order to get cleaned up again. And it's, I guess that's just a small bit of the kind of dedication and self-sacrifice that he has shown to get where he is today.
That shows part of the desire that this young man has. A stronger part that many people may not know about is he used to have to wrestle his father. There's a nice fireman carry by Scott there. And speaking of his father, I wrestled him a few times. I thought I knew a little bit about wrestling, but he taught me quite a few moves. A nice counter slam by Gray, getting rid of Scott, shaking him off. I see he's resorting to a little shortcut there, but Scott put him up when he had that headlock on him and did a backdrop on him, and that'll smart for quite a while on Gray. Some strong forearms by Scott.
Indeed, into a snap air that drives that knee across the chest of Golden Boy Gray. Gray powers out, however, and Scott McGee right back on him. Scott McGee has very definitely been the total aggressor thus far in the match.
Certainly has. He still has the same style that we were used to and we appreciated so much when he was here before, Gordon. And he actually has them in a bar wing there. A lot of people could call it straight arm hammerlock, but it's a bar wing. He's got the arm barred, and yet he has a wing in a wing position. A lot of pressure on the deltoid. And Gray is going to come out, trying to come out by hammering the forearms. He does. And he gave him almost a hip toss. It was more or less like an inverted wizard throw. And he's resorting to some illegal tactics to try and even it up. And he caught some medicine that time, Gordon.
He did indeed, using that forearm very beautifully coming off. Gray firing back, and Scott McGee beat back into the ropes. On the ropes once again.
Oh, he blocked that hip. He's got him in a far leg scissor, near arm lever, cross body stretch. That's it, Gordon.
Submission hold, and Golden Boy Gray submitting. He gives up. And so the winner of this match is Scott McGee. Two great nights of wrestling upcoming in this viewing area. First of all, Championship Wrestling will be held this coming Wednesday night in Fort Lauderdale at the Sunrise Musical Theater. Match time is 8 p.m. And then Friday night, July 13th, Championship Wrestling will be held in Miami at the South Miami Senior High School Gymnasium. Again, match time is 8 p.m. and an outstanding night of wrestling competition is anticipated. And now let's listen to these comments from Barbara Clary.
La lucha libre de campeones viene a su área en las próximas semanas. Miércoles, el 11 de julio, a las 8 de la noche en el Sunrise Musical Theater de Fort Lauderdale. Y viernes, el 13 de julio, a las 8 de la noche en el South Miami Senior High School. Recuérdense, el día 11 en Fort Lauderdale y el día 13 en Miami.
In a Texas death match, it'll be Blackjack Mulligan facing the one-man gang. In a grudge match, Barry Windham and Chief Joe Lightfoot take on Angelo, Mosca, and Kevin Sullivan. In a Florida championship match, no disqualification, Billy Jack faces the superstar. Mike Graham and Mike Rotundo take on Chavo and Hector Guerrero. There will be two other matches. I want to take a moment now to talk to the Guerrero brothers about both Wednesday night and Friday night.
You know, we have proven ourselves as a tag team. We have proven ourselves as a single. And now we're coming back as a tag team in Sunrise against Mike Rotundo and Mike Graham. And then we go to the high school for the Breakdancers. And for you all uncouth people out there, all you refugees, you come out here and then, I don't know if they can break dance, but they better get in the ring and they better wrestle. Because when Hector and Chavo Guerrero get in there, we're going to be in there. And let me tell you something for the refugees. Toda bola de refugiados que vengan a ver, estos son los verdaderos mexicanos, no otras personas, somos los latinos verdaderos, y si de veras tienen lo que se necesita para soportarnos, vengan a soportar a la raza, no esos gringos pordioseros. ¡Así es!
Well, it's my privilege to have with me a man that I've long admired as far as classical style wrestling, Scott McGee. And if it's possible at all, Scott, you look better than ever, and congratulations on that last win.
Thank you very much. I just want to say it's the people out there. I spent 3 hours last night looking up the Webster's Dictionary, trying to find some words that could express the way I feel about being back in Florida. I spent 3 wasted hours because there's no way I can express. There's no word in the English language for me to express the way I feel. And I mean this is my home, about coming home to Florida. And thank you very much for the compliment. Since I left to Florida last time, this particular wrestling. I wrestled all over the United States. I've been as far west as the Pacific Northwest. I wrestled all the way through the Mid-South. And even though those wrestlers are good, very good, this is the best. This is the cream of the crop. And I said to myself, Scott, it's about time you came back down to Florida. The wrestling right now is a hotbed in the whole country. Scott, get down there, because that's where you need to be. That's where the competition is. And if you want to be number one, you've got to wrestle the people that are number one right now.
That's fine, Scott. And he's been too modest to mention the fact he's a former Florida heavyweight champion. He captured the Pacific Coast Tag Team Championship, and when he was an amateur, he captured 2 times the national championship of England, Ireland, and Scotland. Great work, Scott.
Thank you very much for the compliment. Thank you.
Moving out to the ring now, superstar Billy Graham. He is the Florida heavyweight champion. And it looks like he's carrying his karate championship with him. You know, this man has done a little bit of it all, including weightlifting. So, superstar Billy Graham, master of the martial arts as well as a master of wrestling. A tremendously powerful weightlifter, and he is an intimidating figure when he comes in the ring, John.
He certainly is. He is the owner of those world-famous 23-inch arms, and you're going to have to go to awful far corners of the earth to find another man who's built as powerful as he is, and not only built that way, but is as powerful as superstar Graham. But let's not forget the fact that he was a world heavyweight wrestling champion, and he hasn't forgotten many of those moves he had at that time.
Precisely, plus the just fantastic power that he possesses. Great at bench pressing. There's the bell. Tony DiAmato moving out against him. Of course, he uses Paul Nelson so very effectively.
He really threw him right across the hip that time. He has so much upper body power. He almost just bowled that man across on that hip. He really didn't have to throw the hip in. He almost tripped him across his thigh. There's a hard shot. I'll tell you, when you got arms that big and you have somebody run into them, they know that they've been whacked with a solid wall.
He'll knock you right into the next area code if you're not careful. And that turnbuckle came off, and once again, superstar Billy Graham really taking advantage of a situation. But he is a complete and absolute opportunist, no question about that.
Well, when you've worked as hard as he has, and that body of his shows an awful lot of work and training, he didn't go in that ring to lose just on some happenstance. He's in there to win at all times and any way he can.
Wait a minute.
Just 1 minute. Just a minute. Look it, I'm going to give you the chance of your lifetime. I arm wrestled you here. You broke my finger. I beat you for the full Nelson for $50. I prove I have the strongest full Nelson. One more thing to go, punk, and that's weightlifting. I want to have a bench press competition for $50,000. You give you a chance to get your money back. How about that? Let's go, how about it? You got some guts, let's do it. I want to get rid of you once and for all. I'm getting tired of you, you bald-headed punk. One of us is going to have to go.
This man has the audacity to come out here and challenge superstar Billy Graham, the arm wrestling champion of the world, the weightlifting champion of the world, the strongest wrestler on the face of the earth. If you want to lift weights, if you want to get some iron and lift weights, get him and bring him in the ring right now, and I'll lift weights for your $50,000. Come on right now. Let's do it right now, Mr. Billy Jack.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Billy Jack just entered the ring. He just threw Tony DiAmato out. And now it is superstar Billy Graham after him. He misses. He's got him down. Down at 2 and right there. Billy Jack was after him. Billy Jack was equal to the task. Well, I wonder, the challenge has been made. Perhaps next week we'll have that weightlifting contest, but right now, let's take a break.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Carpenters.
We've only just begun to live.
My sister Karen and I spent many an hour here at this very studio at A&M Records. Being here again brings back many special memories. And I'd like to share those memories with you on this all-new Carpenters album called Yesterday Once More.
Music that touched the heart of America. The 24 biggest hits of the Carpenters. A deluxe double album available only through this very special TV offer.
Oh, it's a dirty old shame when all you get from love is a love song. Beechwood 5, 5, 7, 8, 9. I'm on the top of the world looking down on creation. Touch me when we're dancing. Stop, whoa, yes, wait a minute, Mr. Postman. I gotta see your sweet, sweet smile every day. Can't we stop hurting each other? Rainy days and Mondays always get me down.
I hope you'll share these very special memories with me on this deluxe new collection, and that you'll continue to make the Carpenters and their music a part of your life.
To order, use your MasterCharge or Visa. Call free 800-722-7000. That's 800-722-7000. Or save COD and handling charges by sending $11.98 to the Carpenters, P.O. Box 7000-6, Palm Springs, California. That's the Carpenters, Box 7000-6, Palm Springs, California. Please specify record, 8-track, or cassette tape.
It's time now for our Missing Children's Bulletin that we feature each week here on Championship Wrestling 84. Our first missing juvenile is David Gordon Slaney. David Gordon Slaney. He is a 15-year-old white male, 5 feet 10, 150 pounds. He was last seen September 4th, 1983 in Acton, Ontario, Canada. He may be in the vicinity of St. Petersburg, Jacksonville, or Fort Lauderdale. Anyone who has seen this man, or this juvenile rather, please contact the Florida Department of Law Enforcement toll-free 1-800-342-0821. Our second missing juvenile is Anna Gottlieb, a.k.a. Also known as Ann. She is a 13-year-old white female. She was last seen June 1st, 1983 in Louisville, Kentucky. Foul play is suspected in her case. Anyone having any information, or if you've seen this young lady, again, please contact the Florida Department of Law Enforcement, 1-800-342-0821. Now let's go to our next match. Waiting now for the arrival of the Breakdancer. They are a tag team combination, but I understand that they're going to just compete on a single basis today.
Keep it up.
Well, there he goes. I don't know which of the two breakdancers is going to compete. All right, it was the one who was on the deck just a moment ago. This is our first opportunity to see either of the breakdancers in action. They're going up against Shotgun Willie. One fall with a 10-minute time limit. No question about the man having a lot of agility, John.
Well, there's only one way that you can appreciate this break dancing as it's come in. Some of the boys and girls at our school try that. And, of course, if you or I tried it, we'd find out how strong you have to be, how agile you have to be, and the kind of condition that you have to be in. Some fine hip tosses there by the break dancer and a full slam. He's in a fantastic physical condition, and he shows an awful lot of power from the body development that he's exhibiting.
No question about that. Willie moves back into the ring, rips across the eyes, a forearm into the face, driving the breakdancer back into the corner, but the breakdancer fires back. Oh, they're standing up toe-to-toe and nose-to-nose, slugging it out. High backdrop has Shotgun Willie in trouble. Breakdancer moves up to that second. Brother. I am amazed.
I'm surprised Willie came out of there myself.
Yeah, really.
I don't think you can take much more of that. That shot was right on the chin. There's the second one.
Three drop kicks, and he has been absolutely perfect in his trajectory each time.
He got that far leg pickup and a press, and he certainly did cover him. Tremendous body development of the breakdancer. His agility that he displayed in the beginning while they were warming up, waiting for the match to begin. And as I said before, you can only appreciate the athletic development, the strength, and the skill that has to be applicable to doing breakdancing. If you can try it yourself, fine. But as our boys and girls down to St. Martin's have found out, it's tough.
Well, I can tell you one thing. These gentlemen came out and certainly made a profound effect upon our audience here today, and certainly a profound effect upon your opponent.
Well, let me tell you something, Gordon. It's a pleasure to be back here in the Sunshine State. You know, it's like a homecoming. I'm going to tell you something right now. It's going to be a whole lot of thumping, bumping, stumping a lot of these suckers upside my head. And let me tell you something right now, Slick. We got a pack to do, brother.
We shall do
and I'm going to tell you something right now. Gordon Soley, I'm not going to disgrace you and say that you're the Howard Cosell of professional wrestling. I'm going to say that Howard Cosell is the Gordon Soley of boxing. And let me tell you something right now, brother. You people don't know me, but you remember the name Brickhouse Brown. And when you see my man here, Slick, you just remember one thing. We came down here to do a whole lot of thumping, bumping, stumping, a lot of these suckers upside the head. And I know you people going to be backing us 100%.
Fair enough. There you have it, the comments from the breakdancers. Looks like we're going to be seeing and hearing a lot from them. We'll be right back.
Would you like to see something really incredible? Then look at this. These are real diamond rings, perhaps more diamond rings than most people see in their entire lives. Together, they're worth a small fortune. Yet all of these diamond rings, over 1 million of them, will be distributed as part of a nationwide publicity campaign for only, now listen closely, for only $10 each to the first 1 million people who phone this toll-free number. So get a pencil and write it down now. These are the most beautiful diamond rings ever created by the New York jewelry firm of Christie & Spring. Designed for dinner and evening wear, these are the same diamond rings as advertised in leading newspapers, magazines, and jewelry catalogs. Over $9 million worth. That's correct. $9 million worth have already been sold. Each ring is set with a genuine quarter-point 17-facet diamond, cradled in a classic Tiffany setting, specially faceted to enhance its luster and magnify its visual impact. And the entire ring is layered in genuine 14-karat gold. Yet all of these diamond rings, all 1 million of them, will be sold for the astonishing price of only $10 each during this special nationwide publicity campaign. Yes, you truly can own one of these diamond rings for only $10 each if you're among the first 1 million people to phone this toll-free publicity number. So get a pencil and write it down now. Operators are standing by to take your call. And if you have a Visa or MasterCard, by all means have it ready when you phone so we can speed the processing of your order. And you'll save $4 COD and handling charges if you do. But hurry, phone this toll-free number now.
Pay only $10 for a genuine diamond ring. Call 1-800-453-9700. That's 1-800-453-9700. Save $4 COD and handling charge if you order with your Visa or MasterCard. Or mail $10 to Genuine Diamond Ring, Box C622, Brooklyn, New York, 11219.
Blackjack, Mulligan, and Chief Joe Lightfoot have joined me at the desk, and you had quite a time in Lakeland.
Well, you know something, Barbara? The man said, walk softly and carry a big stick. And here it is, ladies and gentlemen, the stick presented to me in Orlando by my fellow rednecks and my fellow people to fight the demons off, to fight the devil and all his gang. Angelo, Mosca, the one-man gang, and the whole bunch. And I'm going to tell you what, if this don't get the job done, we'll have to get something else. And Barbara, I want to say something right now. Coming down in Lakeland, me and the devil has not gone away. For the last time, ladies and gentlemen, get up real close and listen real carefully, because I understand by the National Wrestling Alliance has sanctioned one match, Hangman Noose match in Lakeland. It's going to be the last one you're ever going to see. It's going to be me and the devil, and only one of us is going to walk out there, Barbara. I'm going to tell you something right now. And it seems that the devil has conjured up a lot more demons around him in the form of Angelo Mosca. And if we could, Barbara, I'd like to see that thing in the Orange Bowl if that is possible.
Let's go to the Orange Bowl in Miami.
Because Angelo Mosca is going to get payback. Here we go right here. Here is the match in the Orange Bowl, Barbara. I've got the devil. I'm trying to hang him, trying to finish him off the best way I possibly can, trying to figure out somewhere to put the rope. And here comes the demon with his chain, possessed by the devil, Angelo Mosca. You can see right now, little chief, the ankle hearts. The man is taking the hangman's noose, putting it around my neck, wrapping it around the pole there. Mosca was so filthy and so nasty in the Canadian Football League that his own teammates made him dress for the opposing team. So you can see this is not something he just found. Kevin Sullivan at that point sprayed some kind of demon into my face, tried to possess me. There was a power too strong, and they leave me for dead. They hope that I'm finished right there. You can see that Mosca is a little bit overcome by the demons. Now, we want to park everything just for a minute. And I want to talk about something very, very close to my heart. And in my hand right here, right now, and standing beside me, is a man maybe not so tall in stature, but the biggest heart in the world. And I'm very close to this man's people. I've been there many times. I've been to their village many times. I know their chief. I know everybody. And they, out of the goodness of their heart, tried to present to me and wanted to present to me something that they cherished. And little chief, I want to say this right now. I want to thank you and your people very much.
Thank you.
And it lays heavy on my heart right now, and it's going to be taken care of.
Well, what happened in Orlando, you know, Blackjack Mulligan to my people is just like a big eagle. He just up there, flies like eagle, fights like an eagle, tries to survive. So my people brought me a beautiful set of feathers to present to Mr. Blackjack Mulligan, the Duke right here. As you can see right there, Barbara, beautiful, beautiful set of feathers, picked one by one among the best eagles from my country, put all together up by my grandfather, and shipped right here in Florida.
Mr. Blackjack Mulligan,
And there you see those people. Mr. Dick Slater, #1. He came to that ring, was none of his business to be in there. Jumped me. And there they are. Still hold my feathers apart. My dream, the dream of the Duke right here. And they pound me. And all those people, one by one, they're going to pay. They're going to go to the rap of the chief, one by one. I'm here for a long time. I'm here to stay. Even if it takes me a whole year to pay, make them pay back, that's what's going to happen. They beat me up, make me bleed. And bled. Had to be carried out by Blackjack Mulligan, like the big gentleman he is, carrying me out of there. Those feathers to me was like the eagle rider in America. It's going down, but try to survive. And Blackjack Mulligan is one of these men.
Well, I'm
try
going
to
to say
survive.
this, little chief, I'm going to say this right now. I felt in my heart when I left that ring, carrying him in my hands, I felt a closeness, and there seems to be, Barbara, a safety in numbers among the Devil's band. The Devil's band there, Slater, Mosca, Black Bart, the whole bunch of them. And for what happened on this day and these feathers, the walking tall stick is going to stay up, brother, and it's going to be walking tall, bigger than ever, and wherever the little chief goes, I'm going to be standing right by his side, Barbara.
One by one. One by one.
Thank you very much for being here. We'll be right back.
Let's talk about wrestling this coming Wednesday night in Fort Lauderdale at the Sunrise Musical Theater, and also next Friday night in Miami at the South Miami Senior High School. On Friday night, July 13th, wrestling in Miami at the South Miami Senior High School. On Wednesday night in a Texas death match, Blackjack Mulligan takes on the one-man gang. In a grudge match, it'll be Barry Windham and Chief Joe Lightfoot against Angelo, Mosca, and Ron Bass. Billy Jack goes after the Florida Championship in no disqualification match against the superstar Billy Graham. I'm going to take a moment right now to talk to Billy Jack about that, because no disqualification really could be in his backyard.
Yeah, it could be. You never know. But I was born and raised in the streets, and I owe professional wrestling everything in my life right now, because I was nothing but a piece of trash before I got into professional wrestling, and it's put me back on my feet. I'm making a good living now, and I'm meeting some beautiful people. And all I got to say to Billy Graham, I don't know how long this here feud is going to go on between you and I, but it's going, and may the best man win. That's all I got to say, man. I'm going after you. With the people backing me up in Florida, there's no way I can lose, brother.
Friday night in South Miami Senior High School, you're going to be taking on in a special challenge Cowboy Ron Bass.
Oh, yeah, I know that. I signed that contract, too. Cowboy Ron Bass, hey, man, the guy's a proven fit. He held the Southern Belt for about 1.5 years straight. I know he's stiff competition, and I'm going to expect nothing but the best out of Ron Bass, but superstar Billy Graham is my main concern right now. I'm going to get rid of that man one way or another.
Thank you so very much, Billy Jack. Let's listen to these comments now from Angelo Mosca, Ron Bass, and Sir Oliver Humperdinck.
You know, Ange, it's kind of strange to look over here and you see myself and you as a tag team situation. But we've both been on the other side of the fence, and we both know just exactly what it's like over there. We know what you got to put up with, and we're talking about the family when we talk about the other side. You got Mulligan, you got Windham, and you got Rhodes, and now then they want to throw a little Indian with them, one by the name of Chief Joe Lightfoot. He wants to jump into the middle of things. He's going to be the great savior. Well, Ange, I don't know how you feel about it, but I'll tell you what, we've just started things now, brother.
You know, when I look around, it's all said and done, Bass, you're like a guard on a team. You gotta have 2 good guards to make a good team. And I know what it's like to be on the other side with the so-called head of the family, Broken Feathers, and Cheat Lightheart. Mulligan, you left the seat alone for me, and you made a mistake. When there used to be a seat for 4, there was only for 3. Bass, I understand where you're coming from, and that's why we're gonna get even with Lightfoot and Broken Feather Mulligan.
Friday night, July 13th, I'm going to be at South Miami Senior High School. The gang's going to be there. Superstar's going to be there. Everybody's going to be there. That's anybody, brother. But what I want to talk about right now is Wednesday night, July 11th, right here at the Sunrise Musical Theater, because Texas deathmatch rules will prevail. The one-man gang and Blackjack Mulligan. That means you can't stop it because of blood. That means falls don't count. 1 or 100, it might go on all night long. Mulligan, you said publicly that you're gunning for the one-man gang. Well, I'm going to make it real easy for you, Mulligan. Wednesday night, July 11th, right here at the Sunrise, Texas death match, and we're going to walk away with a little piece of you, Mulligan.
Well, of course, Wednesday night it'll be you and Barry Windham, Chief, against Angelo Mosca and Cowboy Ron Bass. But Friday night, Blackjack, you and the Chief take on Mosca and Sullivan as a combination.
Well, Mr. Soley, when those feathers were destroyed a couple weeks ago, Sullivan knew the power of the feathers, of the spirit of the feathers. Abugadini knew himself what it was, so Sullivan sent 4 renegades after me, destroyed them. There's one thing, the power still. But the power's in this big man right here that are named Broken Feathers, Blackjack Mulligan. We're going to be on one thing. The power's in him. The spirit is in Blackjack Mulligan. The spirit is going to tell him what to do. And Blackjack Mulligan is going to take care of this kind of business.
Gordon, until this thing ends, I'd like to be referred to as Broken Feather. The power of the eagle has descended on my head. And whether it be the one-man gang in the Sunrise, in the Texas death match, falls don't count. Give me 1 fall, give me 10,000 falls. To one of us weigh about 67 pounds, and that could take all night, brother. And let me tell you something, in South Miami, me and the little Chief are going to be walking tall with the big stick. Broken Feather and Lightfoot are going to get in the ring, and the Eagles are going to descend on our heads, and karma, Indian karma, are going to come down, and White Eyes had better be careful, because we're going to redeem ourselves in front of the great Chief in the sky. That's it.
Monday night at 8, the crew of the MS Bounty learns a lesson the hard way.
You're going too lightly, Quinto. Lay on with a will, or you'll take his place.
I've never met an officer who inflicted punishment upon men with such incredible relish. Sickening.
Go and be sick in your cabin, Mr. Christian.
Marlon Brando and Trevor Howard star in Part 1 of Mutiny on the Bounty, Monday night at 8 on WCIX Channel 6.
Come to Frontier Junction's grand opening sale, where the air is clean and you can own a beautiful 4-acre farm or ranch home site for only $89.95 with just $395 down and $95 per month. Call toll-free at 1-800-533-TREE and begin enjoying life in the high and dry rolling hill country of Frontier Junction near Live Oak. So call today toll-free at 1-800-533-TREE. Don't miss what could be the best acreage sale in Florida.
I take a moment right now to talk to Sir Oliver Humperdinck and the one-man gang. Obviously, Mr. Humperdinck has some thoughts on his mind.
I've got a lot of things on my mind today, some of which pertain to the man that was just out here not too long ago, Blackjack Mulligan. You know, Mulligan, everything's happened to you, brother, the last couple of weeks, the last couple of months. You think you'd smarten up, but no, you haven't smartened up. There's certain rumors flying around, innuendos being tossed around, that there's trouble in my camp. That certain members of the House of Humperdinck and I are having our problems. Well, let me tell you one thing right here, Gordon Soley, and the entire wrestling world. I am here today to dispel those rumors. There is no problems in my camp. Everybody is happy. Everybody's making lots of money. And sooner or later, everyone I handle will be a champion. Now, in just a few short hours tonight in Lakeland, Dusty Rhodes, you're going to find out firsthand that there's no trouble in my camp. There's no trouble with the one-man gang, because Dusty Rhodes, tonight, he's going to put you in that total body cast. We promised it once before, and tonight we're going to make good on all our claims. Dusty Rhodes, you're the first on the list. Blackjack Mulligan, you came out here and you said the lines are being drawn. Good and evil. Well, brother, you're not even close to knowing what you said. You don't even know what you said. You don't even know how true what you said was. We're going to see in the future, Mulligan. We're going to see exactly where that line is drawn. And I'll tell you right now, you're standing on the other side, the wrong side of that line. There's no trouble in my camp. There never has been, and there never will be. Dusty Rhodes, Lakeland, you're going to find out firsthand.
Thank you very much, Sir Oliver Humperdinck. We've got... Of course, we're going to be seeing Barry Windham and Mike Rotundo in action, waiting now for Hector and Chavo Guerrero. And as soon as they appear in the ring, we'll be ready with our next match. The Guerrero brothers getting set to go against Mike Rotundo and Barry Windham. Windham and Rotundo, of course, the tag team champions. Guerrero brothers would like to grab that title if they can. Want to congratulate Kathy and Johnny Green on the arrival of their new son, John Nicholas, and Chavo Guerrero moving out very swiftly against Barry Windham.
Well, regardless of the fact that they have difference in their philosophies of wrestling, there's no getting around the fact that you have four of the most talented wrestlers in the entire world in that ring right now, Gordon. Of course, it's always been a mystery to me why we called it an Australian tag team match. The first tag team match was held in this country in 1937 in Houston. Morris Sigel was the promoter at that time, and he had all four men in the ring at the same time. And eventually, they got to the point where they put one man outside, one man inside. But tag team matches originated in this country. And there's Barry with a nice wing over, and Chavo took the hold. He's got Hector in there. I didn't see that.
I'll tell you what, great teamwork on the part of Rotundo and Windham. And Guerrero now gets a head scissors, Rotundo turning into it. No, your point about the Australian tag team match is interesting indeed. I think what happened is that that type of match became very popular in Australia, and then came back to the United States, and I think that's where it finally picked up the number.
Probably right. As they say, you're the Gordon Soley of boxing now.
Yeah.
That was a nice headlock put on there by Mike, and then Hector did what we call a spin out, put him up into a hammerlock. That's the way he made his counter and escape. And they are really going at it. Strong whip over by Chavo in there, and he's going to whip Mike into the ropes. Up, and a kick.
Rotundo was a step ahead of him that time, literally. He drove that boot into the chest of Chavo Guerrero, the back of the elbow to the top of the skull.
Put a top Nelson, whipped him over with a top Nelson. It was very deep. However, he was able to come out with the assistance of his brother.
Tag is made again, Rotundo out. They double team very quickly.
Yeah, well-oiled machine. Well, both tag teams are just about as smooth operating as you can get. A flying press there by Rotundo, but Hector was strong enough to push out of there, and that's a lot of power to push off a 245-pound man.
With a little bit of an assist there from Chavo Guerrero, and now it's Guerrero pounding away at the head of Mike Rotundo. Rotundo whipped into the far turnbuckle, catches him with a boot coming in.
Those forearms by Mike should have slowed Hector up a little bit. Here's Barry dragging it. Strong drop kick in there, Gordon, and that's got to stagger and slow down Hector. And here comes a vertical. And it's a strong one. That could be it, Gordon.
Could be indeed, as Windham moved in. No, sir. Guerrero slipped away from it, and Chavo Guerrero tags up. And they are an elusive combination, no question.
These two teams, despite of that size differential, are just about as evenly matched as two tag teams you'd ever want to find. Both well-versed in the school of wrestling. And a double clothesline.
Double lariat by Barry Windham, and he has used that hold so effectively. It stunned them both, and now he's got Chavo Guerrero. Hard looping right hand. Guerrero goes to the wrong corner. And Guerrero in a lot of trouble here now as he drops to the canvas. Windham up and over his... Wow! I said Guerrero's in trouble, but never count him down until there's a count of 3.
The recuperative powers of both of these, all four of these men is almost beyond belief. And you see it exhibited time and time again. That's a testament to the fantastic condition that they're in. You know, when you think that Mike Rotundo came from the competition where he never had to wrestle more than 9 minutes. Uh-oh.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. That's Dick Slater. Ooh. He just gave a neck breaker. Dick Slater just gave a neck breaker to Barry Windham outside the ring. And the referee, I don't believe, is aware of what's happening.
Totally uncalled for.
Wait a minute, we got problems here. John Heath is going over there. And referee was counting, but we definitely saw Dick Slater give him a neck breaker. And Chief Joe Lightfoot out there explaining it. Referee stopping the match. Referee stopping the match until the situation is cleared up. The referee has stopped the match. No decision, no winner. We'll be right back. Championship Wrestling this Wednesday night in Fort Lauderdale at the Sunrise Musical Theater. This coming Friday night in Miami at the South Miami Senior High School. Wednesday night Sunrise, Friday night Miami, South Miami Senior High School. Great nights of wrestling competition. And now, here's Barbara Clary.
La lucha libre de campeones viene a su área en las próximas semanas. Miércoles, el 11 de julio, a las 8 de la noche en el Sunrise Musical Theater de Fort Lauderdale. Y viernes, el 13 de julio, a las 8 de la noche en el South Miami Senior High School. Recuérdense, el día 11 en Fort Lauderdale y el día 13 en Miami.
Blackjack Mulligan in a Texas death match against the one-man gang in Sunrise at the Musical Theater. That'll be this coming Wednesday night. Also, Barry Windham and Chief Joe Lightfoot take on Angelo Mosca and Cowboy Ron Bass. There will be 5 other great matches. And don't forget, of course, Friday night, July 13th, South Miami Senior High.
On high, nothing beats a Coors kind of cold. The clean, refreshing taste of Rocky Mountain Gold.
The best of the Rockies is yours.
Ahoy, mates. $1 discounts available through these businesses for the annual Miami Summer Boat Show. Moved to the Miami Beach Convention Center July 6th through 11th.
Freddie's rating among his friends goes down when his radio fame goes to his head on Welcome Back, Kotter, Monday night at 6:30 on WCIX Channel 6.
Want to hand me a 716? Bill Lyons can have any engine back to working order in no time at all. Still works in the Navy. Navy know-how. It's working for America.
As we said earlier in the program, a Southern title match on the line. Angelo Mosca choosing the opponent. He chose Denny Brown. I don't want to take a thing away from Denny Brown because he's a fine young athlete, but Mosca certainly seemed to be rather selective in his opponent.
Well, here you could be watching the physiological differences of wrestlers as they were, say, about 1905 up to where they are today, 1984, 85. Well, immediately you think back in 1905 and so, Frank Gotch, and think of Stecker, and come back in there, and you think of Hackett Schmidt. And, of course, the one man you always think about is Tom Jenkins, who never weighed over 180 pounds, but yet he was the world heavyweight wrestling champion. And later went on to become the coach of wrestling at West Point from 1921 to 1935. So in Brown, you see a man of about that stature. And they're very strong, very able men. But then you see the man of almost modern-day wrestling, Angelo Mosca, a man over 300 pounds. A man we're getting used to seeing in that ring, Gordon.
Hey, and Brown just had him down for a moment. And Mosca got up. That's... Brother, the rage was written across his face, John. He was upended by Brown, and Brown knows what he's facing. But Brown has been faring extremely well.
Well, it's never wise to underestimate your opponent. And of course, if you're the size of Mosca, and you look at somebody, gee whiz, I guess what, 100 pounds, 75 pounds lighter, it does may make you overconfident. And then when you get stung, it'll take your game plan away, and that's when upsets are made.
Excellent point, and Angelo Mosca trying to dominate the situation here. And look at Brown again, another fine move by Brown.
Beautiful deep inside cradle, but he wasn't able to tie it up. Mosca's so big, he's just like a bear, and he just couldn't close it. And you've got to close that cradle to hold it. Otherwise, the fellow with that strength of Mosca will come out of it.
Specialized Steve Gladstone in Fort Lauderdale. Oh, brother.
He has an opportunity here if he can seize it. He'll have to come on and get it. Here he comes.
Mosca's had trouble with those shoulders in the past. I know Jim Andrews. Wow.
That brought stars. Uh-oh, it just made him mad.
Brown firing away at Mosca, catching him repeatedly.
That's a mistake that Mosca made. Look at Brown go to town here.
Mosca, like an infuriated grizzly bear.
Running full slam. Oh, he's going to punish him.
Not satisfied now. He's been embarrassed and humiliated. Now he's looking to really make him pay some dues. Got the 3 count. He got the 3 count. Winner and still Southern champion, Angelo Mosca.
What's the one thing you really want to tell your boss?
Take this job and shove it.
And these good old boys have done it.
I'm not having no kid that worked to me snot-nosed out of high school telling me how to run my brewery.
They've had it up to here. And now they're taking care of business.
Goodbye, Mercedes. Hello, Volkswagen.
Airplanes Robert Hayes and Martin Mulstar in the local television premiere of Take This Job and Shove It, Thursday night at 8 on WCIX Channel 6.
This is Friedlander Financial's Loan Central. This is where Friedlander Home Equity Loan Specialists help you get the money you need. 9 out of 10 homeowners who call Friedlander get the check they need within 1 week. Whether you need $5,000, $10,000, even $100,000, normally 1 week is all it takes. To apply, please call this number.
Friedlander always has money to lend.
In Florida, call the Friedlander location nearest you.
At Aaron Rents, the choice is yours. Rent the great-looking furniture you've always wanted or rent your favorite electronics and decide later whether or not to buy. There's no risk and the options are all yours. Aaron Rents has beautiful furniture plus color TVs, stereos, microwave ovens, and VCRs, all at the lowest rental rates in town. Aaron Rents will even service your electronics free for as long as you rent, and you don't need established credit. Great choices and lowest prices are always yours at Aaron Rents. Over 100 stores coast to coast. Call or visit your nearest store in Miami or Fort Lauderdale.
I was talking to Ed Pendino and his two sons, Pat and Tommy, just before we got underway with the program today, and we all seem to agree that probably the baddest tag team combination around right now happens to be Black Bart and Cowboy Ron Bass, and they've joined me here at the desk.
You know something, Gordon? I want to show you something today. A lot of people's been running around here and say, what happened to little Mike Davis?
Where's
well,
he
if
at?
you've got a film back there that I brought you, I want you to show that film just a little bit, and we'll show you exactly what happened to Mike Davis and where he's at right now. Have you got that, Sully?
Yeah. We can,
let's watch it.
Let's get home there.
Let's journey to Orlando and watch what did happen to Mike Davis in this particular event. Okay, we're back in action here. Neither team has been able to score a pinfall or a submission hold up to this point. It continues to be Cowboy Ron Bass and Black Bart moving against the team of Mike Davis and Mike Rotundo. You can see it is Cowboy Ron Bass who's been lacerated. Mike Davis trying to get over and make that tag. Rotundo is near and yet so far.
In the beginning of this match, it looked like it was Mike Rotundo and Mike Davis. Let me tell you, Ron Bass and Black Bart are former United States heavyweight tag team champions. This means they are two of the best wrestlers in the entire country, if not in the entire world. These two men can take punishment as well as dish it out, and this match goes to show that. Right now, there is Mike Davis able to power out from under that pinning combination, but Black Bart, you see how swiftly this man moves. He's a very big man, and he moves very fast. And right back on top with his reverse chin lock on Mike Davis, trying to wear him down, keeping him covered. There's Mike Davis with those punches, but there is Black Bart gets over and tags out very quickly to his partner. Get that fresh man in there at all times.
I'll say one thing. This incident that occurred with Chief Joe Lightfoot is certainly something that I think ought to be referred back to Bob Geigel, and I wouldn't be surprised if I hear something from Mr. Geigel.
Well, something like that, there really should be something somewhere, because this is completely outside the limits of wrestling. Things like this cannot be tolerated in professional wrestling.
Bass catching him behind the head once again to the base of the skull, punishing blows. Beautiful move. There's that, all I can say is that patented move by Cowboy Ron Bass and Black Bart. They get the pinfall on Mike Davis. They get the pinfall on Mike Davis.
So you see, Sully, that's what happened to young Mr. Mike Davis. He got caught in a compactor. We made a little out of big right there. And that's what's going to happen from now on, Sully. You talk about an awesome tag team situation where you're looking at it, brother. Anytime Windham, Rotundo, Mulligan, Billy Jack, anybody, brother, put your name on the line.
Thank you very much.
Come on down.
Thank you very much. I want to have a closing comment, if I can, with Dick Slater. Mr. Slater, obviously you're going to be scrutinized very carefully for what happened out here earlier today.
You don't like that, do you? What business you got going out there and stopping something like that? Barry Windham was beat right there. But let me tell you something right now. You know, I seen Mulligan out here with a big stick. 2 weeks ago, I see him out here dressed in drag. You know, that's where Barry Windham gets a side of the family. Right there where you're dressed in drag. And you know, I've seen a little newspaper that said the chief was massacred by 4 people. Well, you know, there's nothing worse than a stinking Indian anyway. And as for Windham, my friend, I'm going to be the first man to put you out of professional wrestling. I'm going to make you quit professional wrestling, Windham, before it's all over with. You're going down like a dog, my friend. Just prepare yourself.
Well, thank you very much. There you heard the highly biased comments of one Dick Slater, and all I can say is my thanks to Coach John Heath, and we'll join you again next week at the same time then. So long from the Sunshine State.
If you're looking for excitement,